I've got no plan or structure with this, but it's been about a week since I went to the National Reality TV Awards, and basically, I was umming and ahhing about posting this or talking about it, right? But I had a dream. It was quite like a bit of like a disturbing dream, and I asked the internet what it means, and it basically meant that my boundaries got crossed, and I was like, well, I know what that was. And so at these National Reality TV Awards, right, and I am at risk of being never invited to anything ever again by saying this, but basically, I looked around at that event. And not everyone, obviously. There was probably like a handful that was pretty decent who I spoke to. But majority, I thought, God, we're giving a lot of arseholes a platform, right? And just people that thought they were like the dog's bollocks, do you know what I mean, could treat people with like no respect whatsoever just because they've been on a TV show, right? And I just don't understand why they don't think, be humble. What goes up must come down, basically. But yeah, and I've actually spent the last year, I would say, at a lot of events with a lot of reality TV people, a lot of Love Islanders, a lot of maths people. I do fear that we are giving not too much power to these people, but like I just think we should reevaluate who are we actually giving a platform to. Also, I think there should be a clear difference between what an influencer is and what a content creator is and what a TV personality / entertainer is, right? Because I'm very aware that you can't have 10 Mother Teresas on a TV programme because it'll be boring, right? You need the arseholes, you need the people that are shady and all that sort of stuff. But like, let them be just like entertainers and reality TV people. For example, there was a Love Islander, right? And I had a conversation with him. This isn't at the awards, this is like last year. And he was telling me that he was getting paid 6-7 grand from a brand to sell these like hair gummies, basically supplements to make your hair grow. And I said to him, oh, and do they work? He was like, dunno, I've never tried them. And it was like, and he's there promoting these gummies, telling people to buy them, telling people to waste their hard-earned money on them. And then lo and behold, he's gone and got a hair transplant. Clearly they didn't work. But I do fear that we are listening too much to people that are online in a way. And like, there was a few others as well. There was 2 guys there. One was like a Towie guy, apparently. And he was telling someone about what he basically puts Palmer's on his hands and hair and everything. And I was like, oh, Palmer's test on animals. And his response was, oh, I don't care, fuck the animals. And I was like, I'm not saying be Mother Teresa, but I'm just being like, why are we giving these people a platform? And then when I actually went on his Instagram, I think he's only got about, and I'm not saying followers means worth, right? You could have loads of followers, but if you're not a nice person, then I don't rate you, right? Or if you're not a genuine person, let's say, rather than like a nice person. But yeah, like I met someone and he like, it was as if he owned the bloody place, trying to get on everyone, snogging everyone. And then you go on and who do you actually think you are? Like you have actually only got like 2,000 followers. Like, that's actually, you wouldn't want 2,000 people to follow you into an alley, granted. But like, I don't know. And then like, I met a girl at another event. She's not a TV personality as of yet. And but she was like really nice. And I said to her like, oh my God, you look really familiar. What do you do? And she was like, I do like some TikToks and stuff. Like, she was like really nice, really pretty. And then like I followed her and stuff. She followed me back. That was lovely of her, right? She's like very supportive as well. And I went home and she was a face of a campaign, like a makeup campaign on the tube. And like you go on and she's got like 122,000 followers on Instagram, like 8 million on TikTok or whatever, or something like that. But she was like really humble. And then like you meet some of these guys that's got like 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers because they've done a bit of a TV show and they actually think they run the world. But what else happened? Oh, and then like, I'm really annoyed at myself, right? Because I am normally really outspoken. But this happened at the awards last week. And I'm so pissed off at myself that I didn't call it out. And I am kind of giving myself grace because the reason why I didn't was because I didn't want the cast of season 13 Love Island to be after me with a pitchfork, the fact that I've like called their baby out or whatever. But like there was a guy and on the most recent season of Love Island and he clearly couldn't handle his drink. Right, he just like, but no one was stopping him. Drinking, he had like 2 bottles of wine in his pockets, like looked an absolute mess, right? And he was just very like all over you, right, and everything. Anyway, going up the stairs and he's like, you know, touchy-feely on my bottom. He actually puts his hand up like my skirt to try and feel my ass. And I'm just like, oh my God, like what the fuck is... And again, I'm not saying like, oh, what can Love Island do? In the screening process, can they go, oh, do you put your hand up girls' skirts when they go up the stairs? No, like it's hard about that, right? But I still think we give too much like power and is the word power? Power seems a bit like strong, but we definitely give too much to these people online. And then like, The Apprentice lot, some of them are okay. like Priya, she's nice, Harry, he's nice, like down to earth and everything. But like you've got people on there that's like scamming small businesses, following girls into the toilet, like, and also like why are we like shoving Temu and Shein down people's throats as well? Like, I don't know, like are we that desperate of money that we need to flog things like Shein and Temu down people's throats so you can make money? Like at that rate, like go work on your business plan. Go work on, I mean, just whatever. I don't know if I'm going to get really in trouble for some of the things I've said. Oh well. But on a positive note, Tina, really liked her. She's really down to earth, really nice, really inclusive. Who else have I met? Oh, I met Kaz and Danica earlier in the year. Again, really nice, really supportive. Like you would not think like they think they're just human, genuine people. And I would actually class them as like actual influencers. Same as that, I know they're not as big, but there's one of the twins, I think his name's Brett Stanyland, and he's got a brother called Scott. Like they educate people on like the whole like damages of like Temu and Shein and what it's doing to your body and what it's doing to the environment and like, how unethical it is, right? I would class them as influencers. Kaz Crossley, I've met both Kazes are nice. Kaz Crossley, like she influences and promotes like female empowerment, female into Muay Thai. And she like donated her hair, like she's done some great stuff. Danica, she's obviously working on a music career, like, and you go on it and they've got like a clear focus. Like you go on Danica's profile and you don't get the impression that she's desperate for money, trying to flog anything and everyone to anyone who'll buy it just because she's got a following. She's just working on what she actually wants to work on, which is her own career and in music and dance and entertainment and everything. But yeah, this is basically just a summary of like, we need to stop listening to people online and giving them so much like power because it's really going to their heads. I mean, I gave one out Love Islander, like she was like, has anyone got a bottle opener? I can't do that accent. Passed her it, snatched it, didn't even say thank you. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, who do we think we are?